one thing that we do really bad, and then again, this is maybe too technical, but in project management, we always talk about this triple constraint, which is the scope, which is your requirements, the cost, and the time, and they're connected. So if you want more requirements, it's going to cost you more and take you more time, okay? And if you cut the cost, you're going to cut on the scope and the time. But let me give you an example. This has been the major formulas for performance in projects. But after analyzing thousands of projects, I came to realize that projects like the one I'm talking here, how would you consider a project that originally was scheduled for 4 years and a budget of 7 million? That's what we committed at the beginning of the project. It took a bit more than 4 years, 14. And it costed a little bit more than 7 million. 102, a little bit more. From a project management perspective, this is a total failure project. It should have been stopped, right? Terrible. But then I tell you, well, we're talking about the Sydney Opera House. And yes, it was probably not great on the time, on the cost, but in 1 year, they recover all the overspent. So how can we do in projects that we just don't miss these things? We cannot say, I cannot tell senior leaders that this is a terrible project, right? How can you be credible? So what I'm working on is a different type of view on benefits that we deliver and the sustainability. There's another project that I love. This is 100 years late, right? Not just 10 days. And this is in Spain. It's called Sagrada Familia. It's the basilica in Spain, Barcelona. And it's 100 years late. So I said, well, for my research, I need to go to talk to them. And I went to talk to the senior leaders there and say, hey, friends, are you not a bit ashamed that your project is not just 10 weeks or 10 months or 10 years late, it's 100 years? And they say, no, Antonio, we are not ashamed. I said, what? You know who a sponsor is? I said, no, who's the sponsor? Barcelona or? And they said, no, Antonio, our sponsor is God. And God is not in a hurry. You are in a hurry. I said, yeah, and that's true. So some projects maybe don't need to rush it. But the other two big learnings is that they are late, very late, but they're making benefits. Every day people can visit them. Yeah, they're making millions. And the other big learning is I ask, how about your staff? Staff where most of them are disappointed, I guess, so working. And they say, no, our staff, they work here and they stay for 50 years. They love what they do. I say, how come? It's the passion that they have. Their purpose connects with the purpose of this project. So the other big element that I'm introducing to projects is the engagement of the people, the purple one. So in projects, one of the challenges is to have people motivated. And why is that? Why most people get frustrated in projects? Is because nobody asks them if they want to join the project, right? They're saying, they call you and say, hey, Gig, congratulations, tomorrow you're starting this project. So, hey, did you ask me if I want or if I have time? No, congratulations, tomorrow we see you in the kickoff meeting. How come? So I'm telling senior leaders, do you know who are the most motivated people in a project transformation? People who volunteer. What Peter was saying at the beginning, this network is from volunteers. Yeah, this is the most, why companies don't ask who wants to volunteer in this project when they're going to launch a new sustainability project or a transformation project? Who wants to volunteer, right? That's the best way to know. And if nobody volunteers, what does it tell us? That project is crap. Don't start it, right? Don't start it. So there's a lot of complexity that we can simplify in this space. The other big thing that is happening, this is a hospital in Brussels, Belgium. Construction started in 2016. It was going to be finished in 2020, 4 years. My surprise was in 2018, they opened the hospital. I say, what? 2 years in advance, that never happened. So what they did is they opened one part of the hospital and the other were still constructing. So this is how we need to think about projects is how can we have something soon? We cannot wait 4 years. There's no company in the world that can wait 4 years to get any benefits on any project anymore. That's over. So the role of the project leader today is how can we accelerate? How can we get more benefits faster? It makes a mess for the construction later. Yeah, it was easier when there's no public, there's no sick people, there is no babies being delivered, but that's another story. We need to think like that.